Perception plays a key role in the 2018 horror western The Wind, a film that explores the psychological toll of isolation through a harrowing pioneer experience. Directed by Emma Tammy, The Wind blends the eerie vastness of the New Mexico prairies with an unnerving sense of dread as it questions what is real and what is simply the result of a crumbling mind. The film not only delivers suspense but also serves as a poignant commentary on mental health, especially in women, and the often dismissed struggles they face. The horror of isolation and prairie madness. Set in the 1800s, The Wind follows Lizzie Macklin, a pioneer woman living in near-complete isolation with her husband, Isaac. The desolation of the American plains, a result of manifest destiny and the Homestead Act of 1862, leaves settlers like Lizzie and Isaac isolated from civilization. When another couple, Emma and Gideon, move nearby, it seems like a reprieve from the crushing loneliness, but things soon take a dark turn. Emma, unable to adapt to the harshness of prairie life, begins talking of a demonic presence haunting the land. When Emma dies under mysterious circumstances, the film spirals into a gripping exploration of isolation-induced madness. The film jumps between timelines, depicting Lizzie's growing paranoia and fragile mental state as she becomes convinced that something evil is stalking her. But as The Wind progresses, it blurs the lines between supernatural horror and psychological breakdown. Are the strange events Lizzie experiences, such as spectral wolves and a reanimated goat, real, or are they manifestations of prairie madness, a condition historically known to afflict isolated settlers? A feminist metaphor for patriarchy's grip. Beyond its horror elements, The Wind serves as a stirring metaphor for the struggles women historically face in patriarchal societies. Lizzie, like Emma before her, experiences terror while alone, and her attempts to voice her concerns are met with dismissal by her husband. Despite her intelligence and capability, Lizzie finds herself trapped in a situation where she has no authority or help, a reflection of the ways women's fears and experiences were often downplayed or ignored by men. Director Emma Tammy carefully weaves this theme throughout the narrative. Lizzie's isolation on the prairie mirrors the isolation she feels as a woman whose husband doesn't believe her or take her seriously. Even though Lizzie fights to maintain her sanity and survive, she is ultimately overwhelmed by the oppressive weight of her circumstances, both the literal isolation of the land and the symbolic isolation within a patriarchal structure that offers her no support. A stunning, underappreciated horror western. The Wind excels as a genre-bending horror film that combines the suspense of supernatural terror with a deeper, psychological exploration of isolation and gender dynamics. The barren landscape, beautifully yet hauntingly shot, amplifies the sense of dread and loneliness that permeates the film, while the constant howling wind becomes a character in itself, an ominous presence that may or may not be a sign of something darker. For fans of slow-burn psychological horror with a unique Western twist, The Wind is a hidden gem that deserves much more recognition. It not only asks whether the horror is real or imagined but also poses important questions about belief, perception, and the invisible battles women have historically fought in silence.